I'm gonna show you what it's
I'm Spencer.
It's your boy JD!
And this is The Itch. And we're here to review Evolve!
Adorbs.
So, Evolve is a first-person shooter where it's 4 versus 1. One of the players gets to play a monster, the other 4 hunt the monster.
What?
The catch is the monster evolves throughout the whole thing.
Oh, name drop. Roll
Kills
credits.
stuff. Yep. He kills stuff, and he gets bigger, and he kills more stuff, and he gets bigger again. That's how Evolve
He evolves twice, so it should be Evolve X2.
Yeah. There you go.
Damn.
And the hunters, of course, just chase them through that process and try not to let him evolve twice.
No.
Yeah, cut it out! Cut it out, dude! You're killing the animals! So I've played this game about 15 hours, which I'll admit isn't the longest amount of time you could devote to a game. But we all have lives here. Honestly, and this comes from me, I'm terrible at first-person shooters.
Yeah.
I streamed it a little bit. Hopefully you caught it. If you didn't, that's cool. Catch it next time. But
Where at?
This is The Itch on Twitch.
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/this is the itch. One word, no underscores.
Yeah.
This is the itch. Like, this is, you're telling a doctor. I'm itching. This is the itch.
This is The Itch.
And that's the origins of our name.
Pretty much. But if you catch on that, that's great. But I am terrible at first-person shooters. Even people on my stream were like, "What are you doing, bro? Like, you're supposed to be shooting the monster, not dying to him every 2 seconds."
Right.
But such is how I play. Not very good.
You played as sustenance for the monster the whole time.
Pretty much.
I played as the 5th role in the game.
Now, the story to the game, I told you the basic rundown of how the game's played. That's about as far as the story goes. You're playing on a planet called Sheer, and there are monsters on it. And for dumb reasons, you have to fight the monsters.
Do it.
There's not much story beyond that. This is a multiplayer game at its core. There is a single-player adventure to it, but it's pretty much just the regular game with bots.
Oh, fuck that.
Right. So I don't know why anybody would even bother. I didn't. Gameplay is where the heat of everything comes into.
This is more like Titanfall, essentially. Then.
Oh, yeah. There really isn't a single player at all to this game. It's completely just the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
Oh. So the gameplay is Left 4 Dead with one giant enemy. If anybody's played Left 4 Dead before, you got 4 players. If they die, they actually get into the state where they can still shoot a pistol, but you can have your teammates come and bring you back to life and save you. You only get that twice. Once those 2 end up happening, you just die next time you take mortal damage.
So, like, Left 4 Dead, pretty much.
It's a very heavy focus on teamwork in this game, obviously. If you're the team, you have a lot of teamwork. If you're the monster, you obviously don't have any teamwork. You just Hulk smash type. Yeah. And the teamwork is a double-edged sword. For anybody that plays games like League of Legends or games that involve a lot of teamwork with people that you don't always know, there's a frustrating element to it where if your team maybe isn't the greatest, like if I'm your teammate, you get super pissed off. Like,
that did happen.
Oh, tons of times.
What the fuck?
We'd be chasing the monster down a big stretch, and then I'd be like, one of your teammates just got eaten by a plant. Like, oh, great. The game just started, and we're 1 man down. But I guess that's part of the horror element of it, is that you lose people in the process. So, in a way, it makes sense, but in another way, in a more competitive sense, it kind of breaks the game. But I thought the monster control was clunky. I didn't really enjoy playing as the monster, personally. You have a huge hitbox. You have a reticle, but the hitbox is like, here's the reticle, that. So
everything.
you can throw a boulder as the monster, but and it gives you a target of what it's going to hit, but I swear it hits anything around it. Anything in the near vicinity, it'll hit it. You have fire breathing, which is the thing I always maxed out, because you can breathe freaking fire, and you're just shooting this huge stream, which is always fun. And then you can, like, jump on and pounce and then charge at people, but the rocks and the fire were the most fun, and that was the Goliath. There's actually 2 other monsters as well. There's a Wraith, and there's a Kraken. The Kraken shoots these weird orbs and stuff.
Excuse me.
And the Wraith is a bitch. So...
actually female.
No, it's just it, like, has stealth elements and, like, just shoots, like, really fast at people.
Huh.
And it's scary, but kind of annoying to fight.
DPS.
The game is very fun when everything goes right. When you've got a team that's like, my role is to do damage, and the other guy's like, I'm gonna trap it. And the other guy's like, I'm gonna heal the team.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody knows that and they do that, it's a lot of fun. When you got that guy that doesn't know that and he runs off by himself and dies, this game is not fun. And you kind of like, it's almost controller throwingly frustrating. But that's the point of a team game, is everybody has to work together.
To throw your controller.
Play with your friends, that's my big advice. And if this game also has an evacuation mode, it's kind of their attempt at introducing story to multiplayer. Basically, it's 5 games in a row, and the environments change based on what happened in the last game.
Oh, cool.
So if they destroyed a power generator, if the monster destroyed a power generator in the first game, in the second game there'd be a bunch of gas flying around.
Oh.
It's kind of weird. But
Revolution!
I didn't really enjoy the story mode part of it. I didn't enjoy the evacuation, but I will say that you get a lot of experience from it. It'll level you up super fast. So if you want to start the game with that, it's a good way to start. And just start playing the regular stuff. Visually, it's okay. Didn't blow me away, but was kind of cool to look at. There was some pop-in, some occasional glitchiness,
Pop, lock, and dropping.
but I couldn't really tell if that was my lag or the game's lag, so I'm going to let it fly. I'm not entirely sure. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't game-breaking or anything, so it's all good. As far as the music, completely forgettable. Which, honestly, I'm not a huge music person in games. I would much rather, I think I've told him before, but I would much rather listen to my own music and play the game on mute.
It just ruins it.
Of course, it is important to talk to your teammates, so I didn't really do that.
So you like to listen to Slayer when you're playing Last of Us? It's like a dramatic scene. You're like, okay. I actually tuned in on your stream, and I couldn't get past the noises in the menu. Like, wow, wow. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
I have something to say about that.
My shit was too loud, so I was like, wow, wow. Like, damn.
The dialogue between the characters when you're starting is interesting, and it gets old real fast. Because there's only, like, especially at the beginning, there's only 4 characters. You eventually get up to 12, but the first 4 you'll play with for a little bit, and it's kind of boring.
Reminds me of Dragon Age. When you play multiplayer. Anyone want to get an ale after this? I would gladly share ale. It's like 3 minutes later, exact same thing plays out. And you're like, shut the fuck up! Go drinking!
Pretty much.
Damn.
So the pros, it's a solid shooting game with a unique gameplay idea.
Yes. 4v1, gank.
It has an engaging level progression system. I thought it would, I mean, granted, I'm new to the whole Call of Duty thing. I don't really do that. So that might be actually even better. But this actually had me like, oh, I wonder what I get next level. And I wonder, you know, how I can keep leveling up each move. Because each move levels up too.
Okay.
The more you do each move, you got certain challenges in the game and it levels that up. And I thought that was actually a really good idea. Okay. Like, imagine if you go into a deathmatch and it's like, by the way, if you kill like 8 civilians, you get a bonus or something like that.
Neat.
I'd be killing all the civilians. I'd always
murder
them all. The cons, I think it has a heavy reliance on team focus, which could be a plus, but for the general populace, when you're going in with randoms, be prepared to get like pissed off at everybody. The monster control is wonky, I've mentioned that. I have a question about the longevity of the game. I'm not entirely sure this is a game that people are going to be playing months from now.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that gray area with Destiny.
Right. I mean, it could have a following. This is a game that could easily have a following.
Could.
I don't imagine it's going to be the next Call of Duty.
Or the next Left 4 Dead, sort of.
Yeah, it could be.
Really?
It could be.
Left 4 Dead 2 still has a pretty... Left 4 Dead 2 still has a pretty good following.
It could be, but my next topic is also going to get into that. Because the last con I have is that this is a great game with a bad format. This game was released at a $60 price point with how much DLC? $120 or something like that?
120, 170.
A ton of money of DLC involved in this game.
And a lot of it's just skins.
Skins, it's just shoved right at you. I think that was the wrong way to release this game. I know that this is supposed to be a big budget game, and all big budget games release at $60. This feels like a $30 to $20 game. Not to say it's bad, but you're given 4 characters and 1 monster at the beginning of this game.
And you have to deal.
Yeah, you have to deal. Like, that's it.
It reminds me of Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, where it feels like the whole point of it, like you come to the head of what the game's about so quickly.
Right.
And I don't know, that's, to me, it should be spread out.
Right. Super Smash Bros. Earned $60. This game is one mode with the same 4 characters.
Well, you get, what about the extraction? Is that, they're separate modes, right? Yeah? Or
there's evacuation.
Evacuation.
It's just the same, basically the same thing.
You're
but
still
just
fighting
five episodes of it. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's the same thing, and it doesn't really earn $60 in my opinion.
So you think it should have been more of a downloadable game?
Yeah. It should have been a game that embraced the DLC, but didn't also force you to pay $60 to buy the game.
Maybe could have made it free,
right?
Where you could buy different avenues,
and that would have made sense too.
Yeah.
But as a $60 game, this doesn't make any sense.
No.
So would I recommend it? Yes, when it goes on sale for $20 to $30. Which
Okay.
I've done that before, but this totally sticks with this game. It's not going to go free to play. That's obvious. But when it gets to $20 or $30, I recommend it. And don't buy any skins at the beginning. Buy them, if you're going to buy skins and all that crap, buy it way later when you've figured out what you really, really like to play. Because you always get to pick, you kind of get to choose what your top picks are going to be.
I miss the days of unlocking content. Wouldn't that be cool? You didn't have to buy the skins.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm JD.
And I'm producer Eric. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to this video. We produce new videos
Every week!